Yeah, we just got hit. We absolutely just got hit.
On June 25, 2025, a destructive tornado struck Largo, Florida, with devastating force, ripping through neighborhoods in minutes and leaving widespread destruction. Surveillance footage captured an entire mobile home lifted off its foundation and slammed back down amid swirling debris. Violent winds tore roofs from houses, damaged structures, and snapped power lines, leaving thousands without electricity. Trees were uprooted and shattered, windows blown out, and vehicles battered by flying debris as streets filled with broken siding and glass. The tornado developed rapidly, allowing residents very little time to respond. Large hail and powerful gusts accompanied the storm, worsening the damage. Emergency responders quickly secured gas lines, cleared roads, and worked to restore power. Despite the scale of destruction, no serious injuries were reported, highlighting the suddenness of the event and the resilience of the community. Stay with me till the end of the report to see the full impact of the disaster and what lies ahead for the communities affected. The tornado formed swiftly over Largo, Florida, just after 7 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. Radar signatures flagged the danger with only moments to spare. Residents near Almaton and Belcher Roads watched the sky turn an eerie gray before winds accelerated with shocking force. In Ranchero Village and Bay Ranch, two large manufactured home communities, the tornado's core damage zone left homes splintered and unrecognizable. Witnesses described a swirling wall of debris that moved fast and left little time for reaction. Awnings were torn off, roofs peeled back, siding scattered into trees. One mobile home was lifted off its foundation, flipped, and slammed back down. A 76-year-old woman was inside at the time and miraculously survived with minor injuries. Her cat remains missing. Power lines were snapped and tangled among toppled branches. Thousands of residents across Pinellas County were plunged into darkness. In the hardest-hit streets, insulation, roofing metal, broken glass, and personal belongings coated front yards.
What in the hell's going on there? That's a goddamn tornado.
Not here.
Well, it's close.
Well,
That is damn close.
That's what right, it is right here, and then it stops.
First responders arrived within minutes, moving from home to home to check for trapped individuals, assess structural hazards, and secure downed lines. In Pine Brook, shingles were stripped and several trees leaned heavily onto power infrastructure. Debris spun more than 100 feet into the air, captured in footage from bystanders and home security systems. The tornado's trail was narrow but intense, its strength concentrated in short bursts. Experts from the National Weather Service later confirmed a tornado had indeed touched down, though a full path analysis and wind speed classification are still underway. Storm data confirmed the presence of large hail across areas including Palm Harbor and Clearwater. Vehicles were dented, roofs damaged, and gutters pulled loose. For many, the sound of pounding hail was the first alert that something more serious was happening overhead. The National Weather Service out of Ruskin stated that conditions leading up to the tornado were consistent with a localized but violent supercell. According to meteorologist in charge Brian Lamar, we had strong instability and sufficient wind shear in the atmosphere. The interaction of sea breeze boundaries and storm inflow helped intensify rotation rapidly near ground level. That's often how these quick-developing tornadoes form along the Gulf. Local meteorologists emphasize the role of Florida's complex coastal environment in producing brief but intense tornadic activity. With warm, moisture-laden air in place, it doesn't take a massive system to trigger a deadly outcome. These types of tornadoes often develop and strike before full ground warnings can be issued, which makes their risk particularly dangerous for dense residential areas with vulnerable structures.
Loud, so that way in case if it goes down, I can just...
Oh my god, look at it! It's pulling off roofs! Oh my god!
There's a tornado. There's roofs coming off of buildings and shit, Cliff. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm going to do it here, Julie.
I'm at a strip mall along Ulmerton Road near Belcher Road. Lots of debris, metal, like warehouse stuff, all across the...
In total, damage was reported across multiple neighborhoods. Ranchero Village saw the highest level of structural impact, with around 20 homes suffering roof loss or severe exterior breaches. Bay Ranch experienced similar damage, though no fatalities were recorded. Emergency shelters were established the same night, and local volunteer groups began distributing supplies within hours. Chainsaws replaced sirens as residents cleared roads and checked on neighbors. Meteorologists attribute the tornado to a combination of strong atmospheric instability, abundant low-level moisture, and wind shear near the surface, all of which are common during the early summer months in Florida. A key factor was the collision of sea breeze boundaries, which frequently act as a trigger for rapid storm rotation in coastal regions. According to experts, these environmental conditions allowed for the sudden development of a supercell capable of producing a tornado with little warning. The storm intensified quickly as it interacted with local terrain and thermal boundaries, and the resulting rotation was difficult to detect at lower altitudes due to radar limitations in densely populated areas. This limitation often delays warning time, especially for fast-developing tornadoes in suburban zones. Experts also point out that the tornado's formation fits a broader pattern seen in recent years across the Gulf Coast, where brief but intense tornadoes occur outside of large outbreaks. These storms can form in isolated cells and still generate damaging wind fields and rotation that exceed EF1 or EF2 strength, particularly in areas with weaker structures such as manufactured homes. Observations from the event confirmed rapid intensification and a narrow, high-intensity damage path, consistent with tornadoes that form within compact supercells or along outflow boundaries during highly humid and unstable conditions.
Into the metal in there.
John, I'm in a tornado right now. I'm in a tornado. I'm driving out of it. I'm going. Oh my gosh, John, I'm in a tornado. There's a tornado going around. Oh my gosh. 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 I'm in a tornado. I'm in a tornado. I'm in this.
Looking ahead, meteorologists emphasize that the atmospheric setup responsible for this tornado is still active across the region, and more storms of similar character are possible in the coming weeks. Although this system has moved on, the seasonal risk remains high. Residents are urged to stay alert, monitor official forecasts, and respond immediately to warnings, even if lead time is limited. Emergency management officials also caution that recovery will take time due to the scale of structural damage, lingering debris hazards, and the need for detailed safety inspections. In many neighborhoods, power restoration and rebuilding efforts may continue for days or even weeks, especially in areas where infrastructure was most affected. Local officials continue to ask residents to avoid sightseeing or entering restricted areas. Downed lines, unstable trees, and sharp debris remain a hazard even after the storm clouds have cleared. The focus now is on safety, support, and long-term recovery. This tornado struck without mercy and with little warning. But in its aftermath, the strength of the community is showing. Neighbors are helping each other clear driveways and secure tarps. First responders, public works, and volunteers are working side by side. And although the damage is real and lasting, the resolve to recover is just as powerful.